Welcome
to Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
We are traveling all over Uganda to find hardworking farmers.
We want to celebrate them while giving them the knowledge they need
to make their farms more productive and adapt to climate change.
We want to support them to get better yields and increase their income.
We will see how farmers can benefit from our experts' advice and turn their farms around into a profitable business,
while learning from each other in so many ways.
Join us on these journeys and share in the farmers' experience
on the Shamba Shape Up Uganda.
Put it up.
Oh, wait. Are we supposed to do sugarcane today?
I have no idea. Let's find the farmer, then we'll find out. Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Is there anybody called Gerald?
Yes, here I am.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hello. So, Gerald,
Yes.
this is your sugarcane.
Yes, this
Is
is
this
my
all you
sugar.
do or you have other projects?
This is what I do, and I have another project aside. And this business project of sugarcane is the one which is facilitating the other project.
Good.
So we're meant to go to the other
This is a lovely plantation, but can you show us the other one?
Oh, okay.
Yes,
We
please.
can go.
We still have to go through this.
Yes.
Stop it there.
Come on, Bisha, you. What's up, you?
Our farmer, Gerald Machario, 35 years old, used to be a trader until 6 years ago. Then he decided to go into sugarcane farming on 7 acres of land. The crop is profitable, but still the market can be tricky at times.
So, he decided to diversify and started another project on 6 acres near his home in Kasutaime village in Mayuge district.
And it's not crops. He is focusing on broiler chicken, cows, and pastures. Is it because it's more profitable? I mean, no coffee, Gerald?
You can't jump in each and every business. You have to specialize. Coffee is a good business, but you can't rush to banana, rush to coffee, you rush to livestock. At the end, you will collapse yourself. As my side, I decided that I'll remain in livestock and sugarcane.
Gerard started his livestock project 3 years ago. For now, his sugarcane finances it. But with our experts' help, we can make it profitable faster.
He has goats, he has 6 cows, and he's also growing pastures for them.
He also has 180 Kuroiler chicken, but like everything else, he wants more. This is a man of targets, and he will meet them. Mark my words.
When my target reaches, that will force me to expand, because we are in just 6 acres of land. It will need to get more than 20 to 30 acres. But for now, I don't have enough capital which can enhance me. Capital is very important in farming.
Let's first capitalize on the chicken. Gerard rears Kuroiler chicken for both meat and eggs. He likes them because they are easy to keep. Each morning, he lets them out and they scavenge for food by themselves. That's a good thing. It's the Kuroiler's nature. Also, they eat less feeds than broilers and layers. But we still need our expert Michael Omol of CKL here. He will tell us what needs to be done to improve these chickens' lives and help Gerard reach his target of 500 Kuroilers. Hello, Michael.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you?
Very fine.
This is Gerard. This is Michael, our expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
we had
Michael,
to
you are
look at the
welcome.
birds.
Yeah.
Let's
You
go.
are welcome.
Yeah, sure. Gerard,
Yes, please.
take the lead. Michael Omol, our expert, immediately homes in on a problem he sees in the chicken house.
If you get to have your birds mixed in different ages, they tend to have a very huge competition in terms of feeding. You can see from there. The big ones tend to eat, and they eat more than the small ones.
Small ones.
Yes. You don't want them to be mixed to avoid what we call feather pecking. At times you'll find the birds now, when they don't have the feed and they're eating each other, yeah? Then you tend to have a lot of losses again in terms of the birds getting to be infected, which is not a good sign.
I don't have enough space. That's why I mix them.
Yeah. As of now, we are going to look at the health bit of it. I don't know what you usually do in order to improve on the health of your birds.
Yeah, I vaccinate them.
Which is a very good thing. So with the birds, vaccination is number one key thing. I'll say number two, feeding, how you're feeding them. If you're supplementing, they really need to have feed that is rich in all necessary minerals, all necessary vitamins, and all other aspects in terms of the protein and energy. They're feeding from outside, you're giving them the maize bran, and you can have in some, what we call them, supplements. I'll introduce you to one product called Diamond V. Diamond V is a product that is very rich in terms of the vitamins and also fermented yeast. It helps your birds to metabolize their feeds in the best way possible. The birds will eat that feed and they convert that feed very well in terms of production of eggs and even converting meat. And over and above that, it also helps in what we call the gut immunity. And they are able to fight diseases anytime they are having any diseases. This 1.25 kilogram of the Diamond V, 1 ton of the maize bran, you mix 1.25 kilograms of Diamond V should be enough. I saw something which was very pleasing to me. At least you had a footbath at the main entrance of your house, which is a very good thing. But it is not at the entrance of where we're entering now at the poultry house. Yes. So I'll say it is important to also have a footbath at the entrance of the poultry house. So that whenever you're entering, you're able to just dip in your feet before you enter the poultry house. Because we carry a lot of bacteria from outside. And that footbath should always have a disinfectant. And that is able to eradicate or get rid of the bacteria, viruses, fungi. And today, I will advise the use of a product called Kuroiler. Kuroiler is a disinfectant that is very good in terms of getting rid of all those kind of disease-causing microorganisms that I have mentioned.
What about when I use jig? Because it's the one which I have been using.
It is a good thing that farmers get to use jig in terms of cleaning. I'll say it is not given for use in our livestock houses, yeah? So for this Kuroiler, when you're going to use it in the footbath, like the one at the entrance and even the one you're going to put at your door, we get to use 100 ml of the Kuroiler disinfectant in 10 liters of water. We can as well get to treat the birds from any kind of infection they're going to get from outside. So we ensure the drinking water that the birds are having is always disinfected. So I would advise to have it in the drinking water, and with that one, like you have the 30 ml of the Kuroiler in 100 liters of water. You can choose to do it 2 times a week or as frequent as you can. It is much healthier for your birds.
So I learned to be more clean. That house needs to be more clean. To put disinfectant around the door, not the other one of mine which I put outside, because you can pick other bacteria when you are entering that poultry house.
Just next door, there's another chicken house. It's for the layers. Whoa, this place is small.
I see you have the house in a manner that I wouldn't say is very good for them. For layers, for the birds to lay, they are really triggered by light. You need at least 12 hours of good light because it is the light that stimulates their heads to lay eggs. I've seen you have it as a layer place, but there were no cages. Birds want a place which is so secure to lay their eggs because they want to take care of their eggs. And when the birds are laying on the floor, just like that, without having a proper place, which is a cage, they tend to start eating on the eggs.
I'm going to expand.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's my plan. Those things will come in when I build a big house for them.
So when you're going to construct your house, we call it an orientation. The length of the house should be on the east-west. In that, the sun passes over the house in this manner. So it's called an east-west orientation. When you construct it in the otherwise direction, then you tend to have a lot of winds and not enough sun that is going to enter in your poultry house. So the orientation is very important. So when you're going to construct the new house, it is important to consider 1 meter high of wall, and then that is on blocks alone or stone, and the rest up to the roof should be wire mesh. So the wire mesh is important for proper lighting and also proper air circulation. It's going to save you even much more money. So this kind of wire mesh is very okay. You get to use such. If you can source any other which is having enough spacing, not too big to allow rodents or maybe other foreign birds to enter your poultry house. You need to also have what we call, say, curtains. So you can have the kind of curtains which are almost like the PVC that you'll be raising at times and closing, because when you're having the brooder inside, they need a lot of darkness, so at least they'll be on the low. And then if it is too much windy or maybe there's too much rain, maybe that's going to enter, you can always close them so that there is no water entering into their poultry house.
It needs to make floor like that, or I just leave soil and then I put...
The floor should be in such a way whereby any rodents, the kinds of the mouse or the rats, cannot really dig in. So it is important to put in concrete, and concrete is good because you can easily clean it.
What is the best way of roofing that house?
Whenever you're going to have the top roof, it is in a wedge design. There is space in here where you can as well put wire mesh round. And why do you have that? You need some cool air entering and some warm air going out. It easily rises. The hot air easily rises, and you don't want that too much of the fumes inside the poultry house. That goes out while the clean air is coming in from the ventilation, from the ventilated side walls.
Karis cannot leave these layers without laying boxes, so he gets busy with it. It's temporary. Gerald will soon build a bigger and better house. But he's still happy with the boxes. And he's even happier with Michael's advice on the new chicken house. It will save him a lot of money.
You use bricks, you use cement, pay those people who are the potters. But there is no need of paying potters when they are using wire mesh. Why? That wherever they come, two people, they can just pick those wire mesh and they put and they beat, they go away.
Old MacDonald had the farm. Agnes. Ha! How are the chickens?
What do you think? They sent you greetings. They're like, hi, Frobisha.
I think she's tired. We'll continue this after the break.
Frobisha,
Huh?
I feel like Karis is up to something. What is going on?
Something is not right. Let's find out.
Okay. Oh, Frobisha. What is...
We are in Kasutaime village in Mayuge district, and we're visiting a very clever farmer, Gerald Machario.
We have focused on his 180 Kuroiler chicken and took care of their hygiene and nutrition. We've also shown him how he should construct a new poultry house for his target of 500 chicken.
We are now going to concentrate on his cows and the best fodder for them.
What is this? Honestly,
Please,
is this normal, Frobisha?
this looks bad.
Is this right?
It's traumatizing. No animals were harmed during the production of this, eh? Karis.
Karis!
You're the one who brought him.
No, it is your doing.
My doing?
Gerald has 6 cows and he only gets 6 liters of milk per day from one cow. That is, if his calf, Joseph, allows it. He has been growing pastures for his cows for the last 3 years. Good nutrition equals good milk production. Remember, this farmer has targets.
In 5 years, I have a target of getting here every day 100 liters of milk. There is a demand of milk here. They just come themselves.
For our animal scientist from Naro, Dr. Brian Owoye-Sigire, Gerald is a progressive farmer, but he still needs some improvements on his pastures if he's to meet his objectives.
I have like 5 types of grass here. I have this pamamboka and those ribs. The other side, that one is rab, and I have green leaf, this modium. Then I had got even seed of Caleandria planted there.
He needs to bring in more pasture species. I've seen he has got some Napier, but this is almost the traditional Napier. The Napier we inherited from our great-grandfathers. But now we have got some improved lines. Naro has come up with improved varieties. And all these, they have actually been improved in the crude protein. And when you are feeding a dairy animal, crude protein is usually the most limiting. So that when the animals eat it, they are very happy. Happy cows will produce more milk.
What would you recommend he should get?
He should get Bracharia morato. He should also get sugar napier, pakchong, a new variety for lablab. And he should also get Cross Guyana.
Cross guy.
That sounds
It's
like
called
an
Rhodes
Italian football
grass.
team.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Rhodes grass.
Rhodes grass.
Oh.
Yeah. Animals are going to spend a lot of their time
Eating. Okay.
And the approach he has used is actually a very good one since his interest is in dairy. And I've seen he has got a shed.
Okay.
He tries to confine the animals. So that much of the energy they would use while walking, scavenging for pasture around,
Yes.
then they can use it for milk production.
Okay.
That's a plus for him.
How have you been feeding your cows?
We just come here and we harvest pasture,
Okay.
and we cut, we take at the feeding point where it is, and they feed from there.
How often would you do it in a day?
2 times. Morning time, 10 to 11, then at 4 to 5.
Feed should be accessible almost all the time.
All the time.
But you also slightly need to change the feeding time so that most likely you will be allowing them to go grazing towards late in the evening rather than during when there is some heavy sunshine. Dairy animals have been found to be susceptible to heat stress. They are spending so much of their time sweating, and while that energy could actually be used for milk production. We're even encouraging farmers to always try and put some of these trees so that they are
for
grazing
shade.
almost
Okay.
under a shade. But the pastures which animals are grazing down,
Yes.
the natural pastures, as I can say.
Okay.
So also that one we also need to improve that grazing part with Rhodes grass.
Okay.
It is very perfect.
Okay.
And there is some magic again in Rhodes grass. It is a little bit resilient to aggressive grazing. And again, its crude protein levels are high. Its dry matter yield is also high, almost within an acre. You can get almost above 30 tons of dry matter. And you've seen that currently his animals are producing an average of about 60 liters, which is actually still below the average. If we could improve the feeding, you could actually see that one actually coming up to 15 liters. Dairy farmers, we usually encourage them to feed their animals on hay. All this grass during the wet season, he can always harvest it. He bales it up.
Okay.
He keeps it under his store.
Yes.
So that when it is dry, and there is almost nowhere the animals can feed, then he can open his store.
How do I dry those grasses?
You need just only this morning sunshine of about around 11 to midday, and expose it only for about 2 to 3 hours. Then turn. Keep on turning for about 2 to 3 days. Once now the whole green has gone, now it is brown, it is your time now to make the bale. And once you've made it, your store must be very clean, very well ventilated. Make sure the other small animals, the rats, the rats, let them not enter and leave. Have improved grass, and if they are expecting, make sure you pick some concentrates and also give them.
Did you know all this?
No, I didn't know, but I tried. At least I had the little knowledge on it. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
But what really caught Gerald's attention is the Napier grass cutting machine Dr. Brian brought for demonstration.
I like it because it makes work easier. We took only around 3 to 5 minutes. It crushes a lot of grass. Again, the cows were so interested. Why? Those pastures were easy for them to eat. So it will need me to plant more grass.
Michelangelo.
From. How are you doing?
We're back at it. So what are we going to talk about? The cows.
Yes. We are having cows over here to talk about. I think it's drying in some lactating.
Lactating. Oh, yes. I'm told there's one called George.
George? It's a woman.
A woman?
A woman called George.
Maybe Georgina.
Out of Gerald's 5 cows, 4 are in calf, and Dr. Brian told us to take extra care of them. Well, we have the right person for it. Michael Omol of CKL. Let's hear what he has to tell us.
You need to take care of your cow when they are in calf to prevent what we call negative energy balance that happens usually the very first month when the cow has given birth. Negative energy balance is whereby, the cow, after giving birth, has very little appetite, but the energy requirement is too high.
Okay.
So you find it requires a lot, but it doesn't have the capacity to feed well. So it is important for you to take care of this cow through the period of pregnancy and the last 2 months of the pregnancy to help it with that. From 4 to 6 months of the cow's pregnancy, that's where we do what we call steaming up. We look at the body condition. If you're seeing the cow is looking to be a little bit emaciated at that period, you top up your feeding in terms of giving more of energy from the maize bran. You can supplement it. And if you feel the cow is too fat as well, you cut all the other high energy products that you're giving. The cow goes for pregnancy in 9 months, yeah?
Yes.
So the last 2 months, that is the 8th and the 9th month, we do what we call drying off. Dry cow is a cow that you've stopped milking, and at that time, the nutritional requirement of that cow is very high. At that point, you get to introduce your cow to just grass alone without supplementing any more of the concentrates, and allow your cow to just flow. You cut the milking. What you can do is you completely milk the cow when the time you're going to dry off, and then you clean the udder. After cleaning the udder, you're supposed to disinfect the udder just immediately, and also after maybe 10 minutes, again disinfect the udder so that you're having a clean udder. Otherwise, it is so prone to a disease called mastitis. Now, after you've cleaned and disinfected, we get to use a product called Mastrite as a teat dip, yeah? So this product, it's supposed to destroy the bacteria that causes mastitis. So for every tablespoon of this Mastrite, you mix in 4.5 liters of water and you wash the udder. And it's going to help in reducing the cases of mastitis when you're doing the process of drying off.
When will I start to milking that cow? When? After birth?
The first milk that the cow is producing within the first 3-4 days, that is meant for the calf. You see, the first milk has a lot of colostrum, and that is what our calves need for the immunity. Then you can start milking even after 5 days. Then you have a milk that for you can milk and maybe even take or sell out. In order for you to take care of the mother, you will need to maybe check on how they are looking and give even some sugar with water to just boost on their energy.
Do we use this, our local sugar? Oh, there is another sugar.
No, just the local sugar.
Local sugar.
Just the local sugar, yes. It has lost a lot of energy and the appetite is still low. So you need to give it some energy that it can even stand well and be able to take care of the calf. You continue feeding the cow on very high quality pasture. If you can get even the other dairy meal, supplement together with it. And at that point, you can introduce now a powder salt that is called Maclick Super. Maclick Super is a high phosphorus salt. Yeah, this one is mainly for the lactating cows. So with this Maclick Super, you feed 200 grams or 8 tablespoons per cow every day. The cow will be able to take care of itself in terms of production. Over and above that, it improves on the fertility of the cow, in that the cow will tend to show you signs of heat after 60 or 90 days. And we are targeting to have a calf every year. So if you don't take care of the fertility of the cow, then you're not going to have a calf every year.
You want to get the calf.
The way I see it, our farmer will surely reach his targets in the next 5 years. He's chosen the right path for himself. He's so determined and he loves his livestock so much.
When I'm in those animals, whatever I'm stressed, when I reach there, I play with those animals, then I become stressless. I come out of farm when I'm free, settled, and I go home. So I like this business.
Yes, Gerard,
Yes, please.
thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I hope we've been useful to you.
That is it.
Hey,
Thank
good.
you. I wish you all the best and I wish you a safe journey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And as for you, watch out!